for joining me. This is another item that's sold in Just Jewelry Just Sold series is what I'm including, only jewelry that sells. This is a bracelet that's sold for $15 on Poshmark. Poshmark has really been doing well with the jewelry. $10 to $12 at the Goodwill. So I got it at a discount. I think I got it for $7. Decided to just let it go. Maybe it's because it's a leather cording. These are not sterling silver as well. These are kind of a Pandora style bracelet. This one's called Bella Perlina, and it's really pretty. It's got some very well made beads in here that are did make a profit of what, maybe $5 at the most, maybe $5 or $6 profit. I know it's not much, but I really like to keep things busy in my stores, especially in the Poshmark stores. I think the more that you generate sales, the more that you generate attention in that store. I believe that you may have repeat customers. I know that I do. I have a favorite seller on eBay that I absolutely adore. She always brings in beautiful things. And I follow the people that I've found on Posh that sell wonderful quality items because they have reasonable prices. Here's another item that's sold today. This actually sold immediately upon listing. It is a Betsy Johnson, and it did come out of a jewelry jar. Really cute. It's got the mark there and pink kind of iridescent rhinestones as well. Triple strand. I had it for $19. I received an offer of $9. I declined it. Then I received an offer of $12 from the same buyer, declined that. And then I got an offer for $14 from a different buyer, or at least a different name. I don't know, maybe it was the same buyer. And I took that one, so that sold for $14. Cost me about $1/4 coming out of a jar. So it's going to go in this little box here. I will put some more tissue on top, and I will also put thank you notes. So these BJC, now this is a pair that I picked up for myself. They're really pretty. They have 18 karat gold accents, multicolored stones, and they're pierced. I really wanted them for myself. I did find them at a thrift store for about $14, I believe. Too heavy. And I believe these sold for $69. I think I had them a little higher, but I sold them for $69. Either way, good profit on them. I wish I could have kept them, but they just didn't work for me. I will put them in this little box that says gems at the top, but I will have to put a little tissue or cotton in that as well to keep it from jiggling. And these both sold on Posh. The pretty item that went out is a really interesting necklace with a really pretty chain on it. It has a quote, and it has a little clock charm and a little key charm as well. Yeah, so that did come out of a jewelry jar, and one of my subscribers inquired about it, so I did. Another piece of jewelry going out today. I started back at work, so I do a lot of this shipping before I leave, or sometimes the sale occurs in the morning when I wake up, so I don't get a chance to do it at night, but I always have materials in my car, in the trunk. I have bags, I have tissue, boxes. I'm ready to just print a label. 18 inches long. It's got a wonderful array of multicolored crystal stones in a bib style. That sold for $15 on Poshmark. It will be tissued as well as accompanied by a handwritten thank you note. I did not get this in a jewelry jar. This actually came out of the counter of one of many thrift stores that I frequent. I can't even remember which one because I've had this in my collection for a while. This is one of my personal pieces. Actually, I say these because I bought 2 of these. I bought a beautiful blue one as well. They were listed for $4 at the Goodwill, but they immediately struck me as designer quality, and I did not pay $3.99. I actually paid about $2.75 because I get a discount. It's actually kind of big on me. It fits me on the middle finger. But look at that statement piece. That is just awesome. The acrylic here at the bottom gives off kind of a tortoiseshell color and look, and then of course the black cabochon at the top looks like onyx. It also has a gold bezel around it, so to say the least, it is very, very opulent, very, very ornate, and that sold for $20 on Poshmark. Now I did have it, I believe, for $29, or yeah, I think I had it for $29, and then I think I reduced the price sometime last week to $24, and then I took an offer of $20. So that makes me about $16. So you take, profits probably about $13. But it's still something. I could probably slip it into a little red pouch or an organza pouch just to give it a little bit extra presentation there. Yeah, this one looks cute. And then I'll put it in a bigger box because Posh does cover that shipping, and that really allows me a little bit more leeway in housing it in a much safer environment. Some more jewelry that's sold. This is a beautiful piece. This has been in my collection for a long, long time. Not as long as it was made. It was probably made in the 70s, but I picked this up probably sometime in the 80s or 90s. I remember seeing Natalie Wood in an interview, I think on Johnny Carson or something, and she was wearing a lovely butterfly pendant. And I don't remember where I picked this up. I think it was a thrift store. And it reminded me of her, and I had to have it, and I wore it a few times. And look how beautiful it still is. Gold tone is intact completely. I never researched the maker. I don't even think it has a maker on it. I just fell in love with it. And that sold for $15. I always had it a little higher. I even had it for $49, I believe, on Posh. But it never sold. $15, and she also bought this beautiful little brooch for $15, plus shipping. So I thought that was a good deal. This is also a beautiful enamel brooch, vintage brooch. I love the colors on it. It was not as bright as some that you see out there, but I thought it was really pretty, very realistic colors. And so, kind of a 3D effect with the double layers there. So I thought that was really nice. No maker on this as well. And she wrote me a lovely note and said she'd been eyeing the daisy for a while. She couldn't resist it anymore. So she bought this, and then she bought the butterfly as well. And this looks so beautiful on. It really does. It looks really pretty. Another Etsy customer, I'm telling you, Etsy kicked in, bought this beautiful little brooch. And she bought this for $10. Shipping included in that. I believe it was $7 and then for shipping. So a really pretty 3D brooch, no maker on this. And I actually got another one very similar to it from Cindy in Cindy's lot of, what did she call it? Bargain boxes. And I asked for a Christmas lot, and she actually sold me another one. So a lot of these things are really similar, including some bells that I just sold last time. And I got another set from Cindy's lot. So it's been fun that these sold as well. And then finally this beautiful Ripka, Judith Ripka, sterling silver, pretty. It's got a CZ on there. It's sterling silver. It is hallmarked in the, I couldn't find the hallmark. I had to ask Elizabeth to show me where it was, even though she had mentioned it in the sale about a month or two ago, but I didn't, it's kind of busy helping her with the monitoring, keeping the trolls away and all that I didn't hear all of it. And then I think someone else had wanted it, and then they heard that it was $30 and they didn't buy it after all. So then she offered it again, and I bought it, and that sold for $60 on Poshmark. And like I said, the girl that bought it had been wanting it for a long time, because she had offered me, I think she started with a lowball offer of 30 and then 33, and so she didn't want to budge. But finally she offered me 58, and then I countered at 59, so approximately $60 is what it sold for. It's going to go in a little pouch and then in a nice box. And then I'm going to put probably the daisy and the butterfly in here and put some more cotton on top, and then put it in a nice little pouch as well. I mean, in another box as well to keep it secure. Same thing with this one, red pouch, and this will also go in another box to secure it and keep it from losing any rhinestones and everything. All right, so another item that was sold this week is these lovely boomerang looking mid-century Napier, or as our charming friend Elizabeth likes to say, Napier. No, she says Napier. She's so cute. I love her accent. Anyway, yeah, these are really pretty. They're an interesting plastic. They feel, I mean, I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's a very interesting plastic. I should have probably checked for for Bakelite, because I mean, just look at the way they sound. Bakelite makes, so I'm not sure. But they're super amazing. I really love them. I love the boomerang motif of the 1960s. It's the space age motifs and all of that. They're so interesting. And this one is really pretty with white and gold. Really love that. This is a screw, but also a clip, which makes it so comfy, I'm sure. So yeah, those will be going out. They sold for $20 on eBay. I did have them for $24, and I took a best offer. And these, interestingly, came in that little box I keep talking about, which is really, really, really garnering a lot of interest. Everything I've listed from there has pretty much sold. Put them in this little box that says gems, and Guillermo was kind enough to send me these boxes. He's the best. I just love him. And then I'll put them in here like this. And then this has another little kind of a sleeve box that goes on top of that. And though no jewelry sold, I sold these gorgeous earrings. This is something that's sold on Macari. I really like selling there in a lot of ways because it's quick. People really go on there to get a bargain, and they get it and they go. But the app itself is not that user-friendly. It's kind of confusing when you have to pick whether you're going to buy the label or not. I will pay for the shipping on these, but these came out of a jewelry jar, so they probably cost me a nickel. They didn't cost me very much at all, and they're really pretty. I would like to keep them, but I can't wear very heavy earrings, and these are made very nicely. They have a lot of detail. The little roping is gold wash, and I just love them. I think they're beautiful, and they're that classic Mexican sterling silver, Mexican artisan designed and signed there. And these will go in a little red pouch, and then they're going to go in a roomy box with some cotton filling so that they don't get damaged. Here's something that I got. I got the pendant from Makeup Zombie at her showcase sale a few weeks ago. It's been listed on Posh for a while. I really like it a lot. It tested sterling, and she said she sold me a handful. Well, she put out for offer a handful of charms. Various types. Some were really small little angels and just all kinds, and I think there were a couple of lockets, and this was one, and I thought it was very charming with the name Sally on the back. So I think I bought the whole handful of charms for $10, and it was not marked sterling though. So because it was not marked sterling, and someone questioned me about, I don't know why I didn't even realize. I only bought the charm. I added the box chain here in sterling silver, and I get these a lot in the jewelry jars. I polished them up though, so they look nice and shiny, and this is really polished. So I thought it was sterling as well. I did test it, but it is not hallmarked. So after I had listed it for, I think I listed it for $49, and then I realized it didn't have a hallmark for the locket, I went ahead and reduced the price to $30, and that's what it sold for. So I made about $24 on that. So I added the little box chain. I think it moved it quicker than just selling a pendant, and there it goes. And this did sell on Posh. Red pouch here, and then I will box it up. So that's it, guys, for the latest in sales. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about the pieces. Don't forget to subscribe, and be sure and hit that bell right there on the right below the subscribe button, because that will notify you when I upload a new video or when I go live. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.